Welcome. I think. Oh, wait, one more button. All right, welcome to Are You Smarter Than a Naturalized Citizen? Or is one of your things, like your background noise is loud? I'm not, it could be me. We were having a little echo earlier, but anyways, technical difficulties aside, there's always something. Welcome. I am your host, Attorney Amanda Schaefer. We have two brand new, excellent contestants today that we will get to shortly. Before we do, just a quick announcement to make sure you like us, follow us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, and share our video today so that other people can watch along with you or catch the replay. So this is a game show about naturalization. And before we begin, I'll give you a quick little overview of what naturalization is, if you're unaware. In order to become a U.S. citizen, you have to either have been born here, derive or acquire citizenship, which if you would like to know more about, you can ask me. My contact information is on the event page. And the third option is naturalization. So it's somebody who gets a green card and has a green card for either 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, depending on their category, and they apply to become a U.S. citizen. And they take the oath of citizenship. Citizenship. So in order to get approved for naturalization, you have to fill out an application, submit some evidence, go to an interview, and then you have to pass the English test, which consists of writing 3 sentences down in English that you're told by the officer, writing 3 sentences down in English that you're told by I said reading and writing. Reading 3 sentences, writing 3 sentences, and then of course you have the civics test, which is what this game show is about. And for the civics test, it's all about America and American history, and you get 10 questions. You have to get 6 correct. Now, because 6, it can go by pretty fast, we are going to go to 10 today. So the rules of this game are very simple. We're going to see who can get to 10 first. So we're saying that's who can pass the citizenship test first. And whoever does has unlimited bragging rights. And big congratulations. The only other rule is, as my lovely contestants learned at our practice session, you must wait to buzz in until I finish reading the question. You buzz in before I do finish reading, you will forfeit your turn for the round and give your opponent a free buzz. And finally, or free answer, I guess they already buzzed. And finally, what was the last thing? Well, it's not that important. We'll get to it. Anyways, I don't remember anymore. Let's get to the game and we'll get to our introductions and get everything started. Sound good, guys?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Okay. So, good evening, Chris. We had a comment. I am your host. I'm born and raised in New York. I finally got married, and the reason I'm talking about getting married is because we had kind of a marriage theme today for our fun facts. And I was supposed to get married May 2nd of last year, but, coronavirus. So it took a while, but we finally got married a couple weeks ago. I'm very, very happy. And I will show a picture in a second. I practice immigration, criminal family law. We are located in New York City. We have clients throughout the country and the world. I created this game show because I thought it'd be a fun way to learn about the naturalization test, some fun facts about America, and just to really let people think about what the process is like to become a U.S. citizen a little bit more. So one of the things I've been doing, this is our 6th episode, is I've been having everybody give a quote about why they're proud to be an American. And I've tried to switch my quote up. I'm proud in many different ways, but I don't have too much time to think. But what I did do, I have a little something different today for me. Now, what this is of course Apu from The Simpsons. And before I read it, I'll just say quickly, the reason that I picked this is because I've talked about before one of my favorite naturalization interviews that I went to. I had a client who he knew the answers so well. When you study, you might have like 3 or 4 answers for one question, and he was listing them all off, and the officer was like, "Stop! You just need to give me one," and got like angry. And then he kept. I go, "It's fine. You got the answer." Like, so this was back when this episode aired. It was INS, so I want it to be accurate. INS officer, all right, here's your last question. What was the cause of the Civil War? And this was Apu's naturalization interview on The Simpsons. Apu, actually, there were numerous causes. Aside from the obvious schism between abolitionists and anti-abolitionists, economic factors, both domestic and international. INS officer, hey, yeah, just say slavery. Slavery it is, sir. And The Simpsons, they get everything right. I mean, they really do. Except, Apu's old character voicer. Now, is Apu on there anymore? I know that, what's his name? He's not doing it anymore. But anyways, point is, Simpsons usually gets it right. So I like that one. And as I said, we will do, I did just get married. And these are our fur babies.
Beautiful.
Now, Aisha, I don't want to skip ahead to your fun fact, but I won't say why I'm asking, but what do you think of those photos?
They're beautiful.
From an aesthetic standpoint.
I love it. I love the shawl. I love the black and white picture, and I love the placement of the dogs. Beautiful.
My favorite part is the dogs as well. Okay. Now, more importantly, let's get to our contestants today. Contestant number 1, please introduce yourself.
Yay, Shara Svensson, and I'm an immigration attorney in Washington State. I'm located just north of Seattle, and I was born and raised in Alaska, although I have now lived in what we Alaskans call the U.S., the lower 48, longer than I have lived in Alaska at this point. My firm is only immigration, and we mostly do adjustment and humanitarian relief and some removal defense.
And why are you proud to be an American?
Why am I proud to be an American? I can't read my quote because it's really tiny on my screen.
Sorry. You want me to read it for you? Yeah, you have yours is like a lot smaller. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I had a lot of reasons. I think, the rule of law was one. And then
you talk about tulip farmers.
Oh, yes. The apple and the tulip farms. Just a quick story, because when the first time I went to Mexico with my husband, he was really excited to share apples from his home in Mexico, and he was telling me how great they were. And we went to the market, the outdoor farmers market in Tehuacan, and he was like, "Look at these great apples," and I picked them up, and they were from Washington State. And I was like, maybe they were great apples when you grew up here, but these are not Mexican apples. And it just got me thinking about how the state government really supports farmers in Washington State, and I imagine that happens all over the U.S. By helping them develop new strains, helping them create export markets. And so that's one of the things that I think is really impressive and distinguishes the U.S. maybe from other countries.
And your wedding date was April 30th, 2001. Why is that a fun fact?
I know this is a date that is significant only to immigration attorneys and, of course, myself and my family. But April 30, 2001 was the deadline to apply under, was it the Life Act? Under the law that Clinton signed right before he left office in 2000. And so you had to apply by April 30, 2001. We got married at like 5 p.m., filled out all our paperwork, and the immigration office was open until midnight. So we got down to the immigration office at about 10 p.m. and got in line with 100 other people to file our forms so that I could petition my husband, and he's now a U.S. citizen.
Oh, I thought you were joking in the email. I didn't. Okay, so basically, the 245I law allows people who had to meet a bunch of different conditions, but essentially, you could have entered the U.S. without a visa, without inspection or admission or parole, and be able to get a green card, provided these other requirements. So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But if you didn't file a certain type of petition by that April 30th deadline, you're not eligible.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that handsome fella.
There we are. And I'm sorry the dog got cut out of the photo.
What kind of dog?
We're not sure she's a rescue, but we think she might be a Rottweiler pit bull mixture.
Well, you owe me a picture.
Okay.
And these three beautiful children, who are they?
Well, those are our children. The tall one is Diego. My daughter is named Naira, and the youngest is Abel.
Oh, I like it. Very pretty names. All right. Well, thank you, Shara, for joining us today. And let's meet contestant number 2.
Hi, everyone. My name is Aisha Chidolwe. I'm based out in Florida. I was actually born in Texas, but raised in Nigeria. So I was born here. I moved to Nigeria when I was 5 years old. I moved back when I was 17. So even though I was an American citizen, I felt very much like an immigrant. I learned about American culture for the first time in my first year of college. It was a culture shock, and I definitely had to assimilate into the American culture. I practiced immigration and trademark all over the United States, both for immigration and trademark. And that's pretty much it. Oh, wait. And then, of course, I used to be a wedding photographer, which is why people asked me what I thought about her picture. I love creativity and aesthetics, and I just enjoy shooting weddings. So I used to travel, all over the world, shooting people's weddings. Yeah.
And did you like being a photographer better or a lawyer?
So both of them are different. I love love. And maybe that's why I'm an immigration lawyer. Because people get married, and you just want to help them, but. Photography is quite physically stressful because, the equipments are pretty heavy, and by the time I had my second child, I remember I was shooting a wedding and I was 6 months pregnant, squatting, trying to get the shot. And I was like, okay, it's time to hang this up. I can't do this anymore. So, but I do miss it. And, people keep trying to get me out of retirement to shoot an event for them. But, we'll see. I don't know.
Well, I wish I knew you a few weeks ago. We would have, okay. I do have a photo. We'll show that in a second. But first, Aisha, can you tell us why you're proud to be an American?
Well, I'm proud to be an American because, growing up in a different country, in a third world country, where you see so much suffering and lack, it's nice to be, in a country where basically the sky is your limit. Well, it's really not your limit. You don't have any limit. You can be who you want to be, what you want to be. Once you set your mind to it, you can do it. There's freedom. Where in other countries, you just can't speak up, or say anything because you're so worried about, what the government or, the people who endure certain things would do.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, oh, wait, I have your photo. And that is a photo you took, correct?
Yes. So this is actually a picture of a fellow immigration attorney who I shot her wedding. It's so crazy. Yeah. And this was a fusion wedding. She's half Nigerian, half Sierra Leonean, and her husband is Jewish. And so what you see here is, something that's popular in African culture is when people are dancing at ceremonies or celebrations, they throw money at them, and, you can make quite a lot of money during your event. So that was what was happening here.
I'm Jewish, and not knowing that tradition, and then knowing that he's Jewish, I was like, wait, they're throwing money at her? Like, you saw Boris before it when he throws money at cockroaches. But that's why I love doing this. I get to learn so many different things and meet so many different people, which is awesome. And I have one more surprise. Well, it's not that exciting. Before we get to the actual game. And this has to do with naturalization and marriage and changing your name. And I want to see if you guys, I don't even know if I know the right answer, but I want to see what you guys think. So, as I just got married. And what you see on the bottom was my original Social Security card. Now, I did not realize, the reason I thought about doing this, because I didn't realize until I got it back from Social Security that it didn't have my full middle name on it. It just said Amanda B. Schaefer. And now my name is Amanda Brooke Schaefer Atchison. So, if I'm filling out a naturalization application, I know my current legal name would look like this: Amanda Brooke Schaefer Atchison. If I had a permanent resident card, I wasn't married when I would have had it, so it would have been the name I was born with, Amanda Brooke Schaefer. But what other names should I be listing here? There's going to be an other names used category.
Mm-hmm.
So are you asking us?
Yeah, I'm asking you guys.
I would include the B, Amanda B. Schaefer.
In there.
What about Amanda Schaefer?
Probably. I mean, does your driver's license not have a middle name?
It has a middle name. Good question. I was just so shocked that my middle name wasn't on the Social Security card. But so I have Amanda Atchison, because that.
I was going to ask about that too. Yeah.
When I got the mail back with the new Social Security card, it was said Amanda Atchison. Mm-hmm. And then the second one is actually what my new initials are. But if you go by the first Social Security card I had, I would think they'd put both in middle initials. So Amanda B. Atchison. Mm-hmm. Technically my legal name.
Right.
Then
oh my God.
So I said I don't even know the answer, because if I was actually in a naturalization application, I doubt I would have listed all of these for myself. I wouldn't have even thought of it. But I hear not always exactly. But whenever you're listing names on any type of application, it's incredibly important to try to get all your legal names correct. And certain cultures have issues with knowing what their legal name is, such as Nigeria. On the birth certificate, you have one name, and then their school record has a different name, and then their passport has a different name. And Nigeria, more than any other country that I've dealt with. And my name is Hope, and I'm like, it's not on your birth certificate, but that's my name. Yeah. It's not on your birth certificate. How is it?
So it's actually very true. I mean, it's like my husband and my brother, they actually had to use a different name when they came to this country, because their name growing up was not, my brother's name was not on his birth certificate at all. Mm-hmm. Like, something that I call him was not on his birth certificate at all. And for my husband, his first name was his middle name. So now I call him his middle name because that's the only name I know, but all his documents have his first name, which is a completely different name. So it's so true. And we have 4 names or 5 names sometimes. Yes. So.
Yeah. Spanish names also can be difficult because you usually tack on last names, but then they drop last names. And I can't tell you how many times I've filled out applications and I'll have to tell a client that I'll be like, wait, this is also your last name? You got to put it. So this is actually an incredibly important part of filling out applications. So I just thought it was interesting because I'm someone who, this is something I think about all the time because I'm always filling out stuff.
Yeah.
But if I literally had to do this for myself, I would have technically gotten the answer wrong because I didn't realize my social security card said that. I know it by heart, so I don't need to look at it anymore. But for some reason, they just put the B. Who knows? All right. Well, last thing before we get to the game, just a quick reminder of the rules, since I did forget one earlier. And since it's been a few minutes, we want to just remind everybody, 1st to 10 wins. I will not be telling you the score. If you guys want to keep track, you can. I'm a very honest person. But it's more exciting when you don't know who's winning.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, two more rules. When you can't answer, buzz in until I finish reading the question, as you guys know. And then finally, just like if you were at a naturalization interview at USCIS, where the officer is the sole decider of your fate in terms of if you got the answer correct or not, that will be my job. So I will be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. I'm very fair. I'm not biased. I can promise you that. And I can also tell you that all the questions and all of the answers come directly from USCIS.gov. So there's no trickery here. Okay. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's get to the game board. And to see who picks the category first, I have this coin, which I don't even know if you could see, but I've been using this one, a 1964 Olympic coin from Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where it's from. Well, I know it's from Tokyo, but I don't know how this got in my house. But it's really cool. And the front, there's heads or people. And on the back, on the tail side, there's like the Olympic symbol. So, Aisha, call it in the air.
Heads.
It is tails. It is tails. Shara, would you like to go first or defer to the second half?
I'll go first.
All right. Which category would you like to start with?
How about system of government?
System of government. Where's my mouse? Okay. Okay. Ready, guys? Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now? Shara.
Senator Patty Murray.
Let's find out. This is your state, the blue?
Washington, yeah.
Right. Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell. That is correct. Aisha, you're bored.
System of government.
Oh, you're going back for system of government. System of government. Who is the governor of your state now? Oh, wait. No, I didn't know. I thought I unbuzzed you. It didn't. All right. I'll reread. I'll restart. Who is the governor of your state now? Aisha.
Governor Ron DeSantis.
And your state is this red one. Right. Okay. Ron DeSantis. Okay. Shara, you're bored.
How about principles of American government?
Principles of American government. What are two rights in the Declaration of Independence? Aisha.
Life and liberty.
Oh, life and liberty. Okay, those are two. Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. And as Apu reminds us, you do not need to say all three to have gotten that correct. Okay.
Good job. I was thinking amendment rights. So.
Well, technically, I mean, that's in there, you know. Okay. Aisha, you're bored.
1800s.
1800.
I'm still buzzed.
I'm still buzzed too. There we are.
Lucy, I honestly don't remember anymore if you won or not, but you were a contestant and you did excellent. And she wishes you guys good luck. So thank you.
So much.
I'm an old lady. My brain is shot. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
This is a tough one. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. Shara.
The Civil War?
Let's find out. The Civil War. All right. We're on buzz. Okay. Aisha, it's your board. No.
I think it's Shara.
Shara's board. I'm sorry. I forgot to put
Recent American history.
Where is this? Recent American history. What movement tried to end racial discrimination? Aisha.
The Civil Rights Movement.
Civil rights movement. That is correct. Okay, I don't know if you guys are gonna do as well as last episode where there was not one wrong answer. And let me show because you didn't even get to see what you're missing. Because you guys got the practice ones all right. I mean, this guy's adorable, so I want to see him. Okay. So now it's your board, Aisha.
Okay, let's try colonial period and independence. I hope I don't regret this.
Colonial period and independence. Why does it always go to this one? I fixed these links this isn't colonial period independence. But we're gonna go with this question anyway, because it's a weird one. So what is the supreme law of the land? Shara.
The U.S. Constitution.
Ooh, I thought that was going to stump you. I'll tell you why, because I've had a lot of people get stumped by that question, a lot of lawyers.
Above the law.
It's a weird question, you know? Okay, so I apologize that your category wasn't picked properly, but it is Shara's board.
Well, we can do colonial period and independence. Give it a try.
Colonial period and independence. What is one reason colonists came to America? Shara.
For religious freedom.
Let's find out. Freedom, political liberty, religious freedom, economic opportunity, and escape persecution. That is correct. Aisha, it is now your board once again.
Geography.
Geography. Name one of the two longest rivers in the United States. Aisha.
The Mississippi River.
Mississippi. That is correct, as well as the Missouri. Everyone says Mississippi because it's the longest state name. Mm-hmm. So it's easy to remember that. Okay, Shara, it's your board.
How about rights and responsibilities?
Rights and responsibilities. What is one responsibility that is only for U.S. citizens? Shara.
Voting.
Serve on a jury. Vote in a federal election.
Federal. Please.
I did want to give you the dunce, but again, I'm fair, and I do believe you would have gotten that in the naturalization interview. They would have given you that voting. So, my experience, that would have been correct. For anybody watching out there studying, if you're memorizing the answer, memorize the whole thing just to be safe. Okay. I think, whose board is it? Aisha?
Aisha.
Yeah. All right, what haven't we picked? Principles of American government.
Principles of American government. No, see what? Unbelievable. I misclicked it. That's okay. There we go. Jeez. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are the 3 words? Aisha.
We the people.
In order to form a more perfect union. That is correct.
That's that one.
Shara, back to you.
Symbols?
Symbols. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Aisha.
It represents the 3 colonies. So not the 3. Sorry, it represents the original 13 colonies.
Final answer.
Yes.
Your final answer? Okay.
Yeah.
13 original colonies. Oof. Okay. Oh, you got 2 guys there. And it's back to your board. Aisha.
Me? Okay. I will do 1800s.
1800s. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Shara.
The Louisiana Territory?
Louisiana Territory. It's also your board, Shara.
All right. How about recent American history again?
Where is it? Recent American history. This is a toughie. I know a bunch of people have gotten this one wrong. Who did the United States fight in World War II? Shara.
Germany and Japan?
Japan. Germany and Italy. Now, it didn't ask for only 1 or 2 countries there. So on that basis, you are going to have to get... But you brought a smile to my face, so that should be all that matters. Aisha, it's your board.
Okay. Systems of government.
Systems of government. Who signs bills to become laws? Aisha.
The president.
The president. Now, guys, I'm not going to tell you where we are, but I am going to tell you we have a very tight race right now. Very tight. You couldn't get any tighter. All right. And Shara, it is your board.
Principles of American government.
Principles of American government. Round buzz. All right. What is the economic system in the United States? Aisha.
Capitalist economy.
Capitalist economy, market economy. That one, she was able to give 1 even though it didn't say 1. And that's, again, that's not my rules, but it was the way they had the answer of the question. And I didn't pick like to bullet point and not bullet point. So I'm just telling you, know, Sharon, I'm being fair. Not that I just wanted to see that guy. Okay?
Like, don't come for me.
No worries.
Aisha's board? Right? Yeah.
I think so. Okay. 1800. I don't know why I keep going to 1800.
1800s. Here's a toughie. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Shara,
Free the slaves.
final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, you sounded unsure. Freed the slaves.
Woohoo.
Confederate. Freed the slaves in the Confederate States. Freed the slaves in most southern states. Oh, well, ignore that. You did get that one. You did get that one correct. We're just not Susan B. Anthony. Don't worry about her. If I click in the wrong spot, that it goes awry. Yeah, that's why that happens. But Shara, that was correct. It's your board.
Rights and responsibilities.
Rights and responsibilities. Oh, very naturalization question, because this is not the naturalization application. When must all men register for the selective service? Aisha.
18 to 26.
At age 18, between 18 and 26. That is correct. Aisha, it's your board, and I have an announcement that one of you, I can't say who, is one away from victory.
Oh my God.
Okay?
Going
Lots of pressure on both of you, but it is super tight either way. I'll tell you that.
July. I said July 5th. Of course. You know, so now I can't be holidays. Go ahead. Geography.
Geography. Another toughie. What is the capital of the United States? Aisha.
Oh my God. Washington, D.C.
Yay.
Washington, D.C. That is correct. And with that,
Good job.
we have a winner. Let's find out who won.
The dogs.
Drum roll, please. And the winner is Aisha.
Oh
Yay! Congratulations.
We're all winners here.
You need confetti.
We're all winners here. And I like to tell people when I remember that, you know, because whoever gets to 6 first actually would have passed the test already. Shara, you get 6 first, so you both get bragging rights.
Yeah, we're going to get our naturalization.
Well, guys, I really appreciate you coming on here and participating. I hope you had a good time. I did. And I hope everyone watching learned a little bit about naturalization and what the test is like. If you need to apply for naturalization, all 3 of us were available for hire. If you go to the event page on Facebook, our contact information is all there. We'd be more than happy to help. I know, I don't know about you ladies, but going to someone's naturalization interview is one of my most favorite things to do as an immigration lawyer. It's such a life-changing experience for people, and I'm always honored to be a part of it. As I am honored to have you both a part of the show today. So, last thing before we get going, I'm going to just, of course, remind you to make sure you follow us on Facebook, share this post with all your friends and family. As Aisha says, your aunties, your uncles, you know, everybody out there. Oh, Tayo, congratulations. Is that your dad? Oh, my daughter's namesake. Okay. My daughter, I didn't keep reading. Yes, congratulations. And we will be back in 2 more weeks with episode 7 of Are You Smarter Than Naturalized Citizen? We'll have 2 more probably immigration attorneys going head to head to see who can pass the naturalization test first. We invite you all to tune in then as well. Thank you all for watching and have a great night.
Thank you.
Yeah.